నాలుగు మాటలు ఇంగ్లీష్లో కూడా చెప్తా. ఎందుకనంటే ఇష్యూని ఎంత పెద్ద చేసి పెడుతున్నారనంటే వీళ్ళంతా ఆశ్చర్యం కలిగించే విధంగా ఒక అబద్ధానికి రెక్కలు కట్టి ఏ రకంగా వీళ్ళు దుష్ప్రచారం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారంటే ఆ నేషనల్ టీవీ ఛానల్స్ కూడా ఒక్కొక్కసారి నేను చూస్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆ నేషనల్ టీవీ ఛానల్స్ కూడా వాళ్ళకు తెలిసి చేస్తూ ఉన్నారో తెలియకుండా చేస్తూ ఉన్నారో నాకు కూడా బాధ అనిపించింది. ఎందుకనంటే ఒక గొప్ప వ్యవస్థ వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి వ్యవస్థను రోడ్డు మీదకి తీసుకొచ్చే కార్యక్రమం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఏ తప్పు జరగకపోయినా కూడా తప్పు జరిగినట్టుగా చూపించి మన రాష్ట్ర పరువును వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి దేవాలయ పరువును బజారుకిడ్చే కార్యక్రమం జరుగుతూ ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఇంగ్లీష్లో కూడా నాలుగు మాటలు చెప్పి నేషనల్ టీవీ ఛానల్స్కి కూడా జరుగుతూ ఉన్న విషయాల గురించి అవగాహన కల్పించాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. నిజంగా ఇది ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్కు లేఖ రాస్తాం, దీని తర్వాత సుప్రీంకోర్టు చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ గారికి కూడా లేఖ రాస్తాం. దీని తర్వాత చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు అనే వ్యక్తి తన రాజకీయ యావ కోసం దురుద్దేశంతో తిరుపతి వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి ఆలయాన్ని భ్రష్టు పట్టించే విధంగా తాను మలైన్ చేసే కార్యక్రమం చేయడం ధర్మమేనా? దీని మీద ఎంక్వైరీ జరగాలి, చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారికి అక్షింతలు పడాలి అని చెప్పి కూడా లేఖ రాస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం ఇంగ్లీష్లో కూడా అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా చెప్పాలి కాబట్టి నాలుగు మాటలు ఈ విషయంగా నాలుగు మాటలు చెప్పే కార్యక్రమం చేస్తాం. This so-called controversy concerning our temple is very unfortunate. The worst part is, why did Chandrababu Naidu resort to such practices? Why did he stoop down to this level? Just today he is advertised in his newspaper, advertised in the newspapers, so-called newspapers supporting him, about his 100 days of regime. He knows very well that during the course of these 100 days, Chandrababu Naidu failed on every promise what he made to the people during his election campaign. He failed on every campaign, he failed on every promise that is mentioned in the manifesto. In the manifesto, he spoke about Super 6. In the manifesto, he spoke about Super 7. And after 100 days, he stands in a situation where people are cursing him for not delivering on those promises. And to divert people's attention from this act of his, he had stooped down to the extent of tarnishing the image and reputation of our temple. In fact, the most unfortunate thing is, TTD board is a very renowned board. It comprises of people from all over the country. People with high stature, people who've been recommended by the central ministers, people who've been recommended by the chief ministers of neighboring states. All of them become party to the board. All of them are the members of the board. Such is the reputation of TTD board. And what has actually happened here is just a routine practice which is being twisted for political gains. See, this process is not new. Every 6 months, TTD routinely calls for tenders. Routinely, people who have been selected as L1 will be awarded the contract of supply of these materials for these preparation of these supply of these ingredients in preparation of these laddus or any such things. This is a routine process. The criteria of qualification and these kind of things were not set recently. They've been in existence for decades, not that it's come out of the blue only in recent years. No, not so. This is a routine process, online tendering process, where anybody who fits into this qualification is free to participate in these tenders online. And if he qualifies, he becomes L1. And it is ratified by the board. It's as simple as that. Now coming to the procedure. Now coming to the practices which are in store. Every company which is qualified, if they were to supply any ingredients, any tanker, they would have to ensure that every tanker what they supply would have to be carrying NABL certificate, National Accreditation Board for Labs certificate, whatever this board, National NABL certify, whatever certificate these people give them, that certificate on product quality would have to be obtained with every tanker these people bring. And the process doesn't stop there. When these people come, when this tanker comes with this particular accompanied certificate, then after that, TTD also mandatorily conducts 3 tests, collecting 3 samples from every tanker. This is mandatory, compulsory. And all the 3 tests conducted by TTD, only when they pass out, then only then the tanker is good to go into the temple and where the ingredients could be used to make laddus or different kinds of prasadams, what will later be distributed to the devotees. If any tanker fails on any of these tests, even if one test goes wrong, the tanker is stopped. Tanker is not permitted to go inside. Forget about anything else. Forget about consumption. It is not even permitted to go inside. It is rejected. This is the practice in TTD. And this is not something new. This has been going on for decades. This is a robust practice which is in place. And unfortunately, because of this practice which is in place, yet the Chief Minister chose to speak lies. This is the most unfortunate thing. Even during Chandrababu's regime, during 2014 to 19, 14 to 15 times, tankers were rejected during his regime as well. And during our regime also, 18 times, 2019 to 24, 18 times samples were rejected. Tankers were stopped. They were not permitted to go in. It's a normal practice, compulsory testing practice. Somebody would have to go through the process of this testing, and only after they clear the testing process, the vehicle is permitted to go inside. This is a normal practice. Even in this particular case, when the rejection took place, when was the sample collected? It was collected on July 12th. Who was the chief minister then on July 12th? It was Chandrababu Naidu who was the chief minister on July 12th when the sample was collected. And then the sample was tested, rejected. Then a sample on 17th was also sent to NDDB, which is also routine practice. Then the report came from NDDB on 23rd of July. So from 23rd of July till now, which is 2 months, the vehicles have been rejected. Consumption has not taken place. But yet, this report, after 2 months, Chandrababu Naidu now displays that report. No officer displays that report. No government official gives any clarification. But this report is displayed from TDP's office, from Telugu Desam Party's office, from Chandrababu Naidu's TDP's office. And just when? On the 100th day of his governance, when people are trying to question him on why he had failed on the manifesto promises, when people are questioning him sincerely, to divert the topic, this man from TDP's office delivers the certificate. You know, being a chief minister, how is he at liberty, knowing very well the procedure put in place, rather than taking credit for the robust procedure which is put in place, and not now, but what has been in existence for decades, rather than taking credit for such good process which is put in place, where no material is used for consumption in TTD until and unless every tanker passes through the tests. Rather than taking credit for that, this man, Chandrababu Naidu, intentionally makes statements of Nasirakam ingredients, meaning to say ingredients of lower quality. Meaning to say, he also went ahead to add animal fat was used instead of ghee. Such derogatory remarks from a chief minister, intentionally misleading the facts. Whereas the fact is, if it is rejected, nothing goes inside. Nothing is used for preparation. Nobody consumed anything. It is not even put to use to make the prasadams. Then how can he make such wild allegations? How can he speak of such lies, saying that they've been put to use, that they've been consumed, when they have not done so? Just for political ends, this man, Chandrababu Naidu, demeans, stoops down to this extent.